Being a healer and a psychic and a medium means that you dedicate yourself in the service of others, that you take a lot of time to connect with spirit, to connect with others' energies, to channel for them, to bring down the necessary energies, to connect with the necessary energies from spirit, which may be ascended masters, healers, your guides. And all of that takes a lot out of you from the perspective, not the energy that you are channeling, because that comes from a higher source, that comes from the source itself. And that makes you feel more in alignment, more rejuvenated, more hyped in many ways, but it takes a lot of time and space where you are becoming detached from your own personal needs. Why am I saying that? When you are in the service of others, taking time to help and be of service of others, you have to detach from yourself in order to channel. You have to disconnect from your personal experiences, your personal needs and desires, and in that space, you are allowing the healing to take place. You are allowing the channeling to take place. You are allowing everything else to flow through you and come through you. And a lot of times, because this energy is extremely beautiful to be in, is extremely amazing, it's just a bliss. We forget to take care of ourselves, and we forget to focus on our personal needs and desires. Being in that space means you dedicate a huge part of your life, a huge part of yourself, and you are opening up to create something. You are becoming the mediator of an activation. Either it is a message that is coming through, either it is healing that is coming through, both of these and more. So it was important to create this kind of transmission in order to get into a space of creating a self-care toolkit for those of us that are in that space of channeling, of creating healing, of being in service of others, because sometimes it becomes as a second thought, as a second priority, that we have to take care of ourselves. And this is why most of the channelers, psychics, mediums, healers are getting into a space of having constant issues with their physical health. And to be honest with you, this is the most important part of our spirituality. If we don't take care of ourselves, we can't actually be of service. We can't actively be of service with anyone, because you're not of service to yourself. And of course, from my experiences, it had to take a lot of efforts and trials and errors and fails in order to get into a space of prioritizing myself, which I can surely say that I'm still advancing on that. I'm still learning stuff. I'm still integrating different self-care exercises and focusing on myself apart from the things I want to be creating for others. Part of this self-care toolkit that I'm creating with this video has to do with the regular, everyday stuff we keep sharing, all of us in spiritual communities, as mentorship, as everything. Yeah, self-love in an applicable way, which means rest whenever you need it, regardless of what is important now. In my first steps, there was a phrase that I was kept being reminded by my guides, a phrase that I heard from another human being, and it was about doctors. Not even doctors will answer their phone when they have their personal needs in a way that need to be prioritized. And I was, okay. If a doctor can't interrupt their sleep, their rest, their vacation for a patient that has heart issues, for a patient that has important stuff of life and death, and they take care of themselves and they put themselves first, even for a few days or a few hours within the day, who am I to do something different rather than that? And in that space, I started listening to that phrase and reminding to myself and having the reminder from my guides whenever I was doing a lot of channeling, a lot of support on text, on messages, apart from the sessions. And this is the place where I had to change my priorities. So, part of the self-care toolkit, first of all, it is you. You are the priority of yourself. You are the priority of the service you are providing for the highest good of everyone. And in that space, you have to truly take care of yourself, whatever that means. If that means that you have to book a day off, you will book a day off. If you have to rearrange and reschedule some of your appointments, your sessions, your readings, please do it. It is of high importance to always take care of yourself. And we are constantly in a high vibe of unconditional love when we are connected with spirit, which makes us feel loved and taken care of. But we also have the human aspect that needs to be taken care of. Not just the channeler and the healer through the energy that we are connecting with, which means you have to take time off at least one day, at least once a week, where you are just being yourself and you are not engaging with anything else, not with messages and texts, not with phone calls, not with sessions. What you will do with that day? Meditate. Meditate, do something for yourself, even apart of meditation, do something different, humane. Something that makes you feel more in alignment with yourself, of who you are in this lifetime, at this point of time. Something that excites you and gets you into the space of fun and joy and happiness. You don't have to get to a point to feel burnout. You don't have to get to the point of being exhausted. All you have to do is to get into a space before that step, at least 2 steps before that actually, the burnout, and take care of yourself. On a daily basis, take care of your nutrition, of your food. Have enough food of what you need, and you have to listen to your body and yourself. I'm going through the usual advice on this aspect, and we are going to go deeper on this. You have to take care of yourself, of your personal desires and needs on a daily basis, on a moment to a moment. Detaching from everyone's energy after a session, before a session, before you go to bed, before when you wake up, after you wake up, actually, not before, in a way that I'm calling back all my energy, sending back to the source all the residual energy, sending anywhere in the whole world the extra energy I may have, and I need to calm my system down before I get to bed, for example. Reground yourself. That is the constant toolkit of self-care, the everyday toolkit. Now, things you can do. This is my favorite part. You have to get into a space of connecting with the spirit for you, for a personal reason. Either it is healing, either it is teachings, either it is personal growth for personal aspects of your life. Either it is how to enhance the tools you already possess, the gifts you already have, in order to serve for a higher good. But keep it and do it as a very personal, private task for yourself, which will excite you to keep connecting with spirit and keep downloading energies, and it will keep you in a space of creativity, of happiness, of connectedness. Because when you are a healer, a psychic, a medium, an energy worker of any sort, you got into that space because you got personally excited by the mystery, by all the secrets of the universe that you are learning and exploring, and keep exploring for yourself and for others. And after you fully grounded and embodied those, you started sharing them with others. So we need that kind of excitement and personal space with spirit, and connectedness for our personal growth. We can't stop that. We can't stop having that, because then it becomes like any other ordinary job. We go to work, we do the things we're supposed to be doing, we get back home, we continue with our day, then the next day we go back to work and we do the things we usually do. A spiritual person, a Reiki master, an energy healer, a psychic, a medium can't survive in that boring container of doing what I'm supposed to be doing and then stopping and then again. It doesn't work that way for us. It wasn't what inspired us to get into this space, and it wasn't what made us initially open up our eyes and start searching for what else is out there. So you need that spark to be lit up and to continue being in that space of exploration, of uncovering the secrets of the universe. And this is the most beautiful of all. When we are in this space, we keep exploring, we never stop. We keep learning, we never stop. We keep enhancing, we never stop, and it excites us. So make sure you create something like a task or a ritual for yourself, something different and unique, that you are doing it only for yourself and not for the highest good of everyone. Now, if it will end up to be in that space, which is usually the process, that's also okay. But make sure that you have something for private use, something that excites you and keeps you happy and connected in the best way possible with yourself and with spirit. And if you have observed some of my work, I keep saying, be true to yourself and be your true self. In that space, when you explore that as a mantra, I'm being true to myself and I am my true self. Everything is shifting, everything is flowing, everything is changing in a constant way, ever evolving and ever changing. So be sure that you honor yourself and the expression of yourself as it is in the current moment. You don't have to stick to your past or how you used to do the sessions or how you used to take care of yourself. You have to be present with that. You have to explore what feels right for you in the present moment. And we usually experience these kind of shifts when our energy is shifting and changing, when something new is coming energetically for us, when upgrades have taken place. What resonated before, a few days before, even one day before, as a rest time, as a time off, as a task that I was doing just to excite myself and get into the space of creativity and happiness, it doesn't anymore. And that is because of the energy shifts we are undergoing, and that is normal. So be curious to find new things to do for yourself. There are periods we enjoy being in the nature, we enjoy a walk, we enjoy sunbathing. Honor that, whatever that might be. But make sure you create something as a task, as a thing for you to do for yourself that is easy, won't complicate your day, your life, won't take a lot of your time off, and it will be easy to do, because it's easy most of the times to say, I have more important things to do, I have work to do, and the adult gets in that workaholic mindset that we don't care about our personal needs, or we don't invest much time and energy in that aspect. And we have to step back, and we have to be firm, and we have to take time off for some play, whatever that translates to your personal needs, as playtime, as time off, as something that is meaningful and truthful to you. In that aspect, I'm gonna ask you, of course, to meditate again. I already said that, but there are periods of time when we are undergoing huge transitions. We are transmuting huge amount of energies. Even more so when you are an old soul, when you have come over and over again, not only on this planet, but in other life forms as well. So we are transmuting, either we acknowledge it and we are aware of it or not, huge amount of energies. In that space, make sure you meditate a bit more, you make sure you have some time off for yourself. Whatever your body asks you to do, please do it. Either it might be water, extra water, some specific natural beverage, even having extra chocolate. Don't be too harsh with yourself just because it is sugar and it is bad for your body. Know that when we are going through transitions and we know, okay, sugar is a bad thing. Absolutely, yeah. It is good to get into a space of having a specific nutrition, a specific diet, avoiding specific stuff, and being in the space of following by the rule what I should be doing for my body and my health. Yet, when you allow something to happen just because you like it, just because it fills an emotional gap, but you are doing it knowingly that this is what I'm doing. You are allowing yourself to get it out of your system, and by having set an intention, I want this to change, to go into something healthier for myself, to stop having so much sugar, processed or not processed, blah blah blah. You are getting into the flow of a new creation you have created for yourself, to get something out of your system and getting into a space of following that initial intention. That whenever I'm ready, I'm gonna stop this, I'm gonna embrace a healthier lifestyle, and I will allow it to happen organically. I'm not gonna force it. And this has to do with the feminine energy mostly, not the masculine. And because so far we have been coming from the masculine energy, I need to change all my habits now. Usually that creates the opposite force, which is resistance. And this is why I'm mentioning this here on the self-care toolkit, because it is important for you to understand and realize how to get in the space of allowance and organically allowing yourself to shift and change your habits without forcing it on yourself. It's good to have a checklist of intentions and not of the things you are following or not following in order to scold yourself, to torture yourself, and to obsess about the changes you should have done already. It doesn't work like that, especially for those of us that are working with the energy. And I'm gonna leave you with this. I think I've said a lot in depth of how to create your own self-care toolkit, and have in mind that this toolkit can be shifting and changing depending on your current energies, depending on the collective energies, depending on the season, depending on your own energy, and if you are going through an awakening part of your journey, your spiritual journey. There are times that you have to stop, keep creating for everyone else and start creating for yourself, to ignite your passion again, to ignite that spark of the healer, of the psychic, of the medium. And be open to explore what truly makes you feel rested, rejuvenated. Because sometimes exhaustion and burnout don't just come from the work we are doing and the readings. It also comes because we have completely taken off ourselves as priorities in our lives, and because some behaviors create that exhaustion in ourselves. So reflect a bit on that as a last advice. Of course there was more because I'm channeling, and reflect a bit if there is something that needs to change in your personal life, or the behaviors you accept from your clients, if they are coming with a huge amount of resistance in your sessions, in your readings, if they are coming with a mindset, you are gonna help me, you are gonna do this for me, you are gonna change everything for me. These kind of behaviors are not in alignment with us. We can't do anything for them but to create the space for the transformation to take place. So check in with yourself if there's something as a mirror within you, some kind of boundary as a mindset you have to create, of what you allow, what you tolerate, and how you want your ideal client to be, and be in a space of embracing the new version of you if it comes down to clients. You have to reinvent yourself in a new version of what you accept, what you tolerate, what you don't tolerate, and get into a space of co-creating with the universe a different set of rules for your sessions. I think that pretty much covers it all as possible. And please stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments which of the advice you could apply instantly. See, the masculine energy comes out. Which of the advice you would like to integrate into your system, into your energy, into your mindset. If there's something that is making this difficult for you, if you have recognized probably behaviors of your clients that you don't enjoy anymore, they are not in alignment with you anymore, or if you need any sort of help in that aspect, I do work with people that have already started their own business when it comes to energy healers, when it comes to psychics, when it comes to mediums, and we are taking steps in course correcting some of this stuff through mindset, through beliefs, through the unconscious mind of how these were created initially and why they still happen, and how to attract your ideal clients energetically by stepping into your full power and sovereignty. See you on the next videos, on the next transmissions. I hope it resonates. Please do let me know in the comments. I would love to hear more of your path and what you are experiencing.